Hey there, it's Jacqueline, and we are going to talk about effective communication strategies for success when it comes to dating and relationships. Because the truth of the matter is, if you suck at communication, you're not going to make progress in the dating world. And this is so prevalent in so many ways that I always see missed opportunities for dating possibilities. Well, as a matchmaker of Discover Love Matches, I have been introducing and coaching singles for almost 14 years now. Wow, time is flying by. And something that is so important is when I start working with a new client, and I see how they communicate with me on even a business level, or they list what they want and they desire in a relationship. It's a quick reflection of what is going to end up coming forward in their dating search. So if you are able to communicate your feelings, be open to learning from another person, you're able to shift your perspective, you're able to be vulnerable and also let the other person be vulnerable, then you're going to have a higher success rate in a relationship because you're not looking for perfection, but you're also looking to be heard. So part of the strategy to be successful at communication is knowing when you guys are falling apart in the land of communication. I am a guilty texter. I would much rather just send a text at whatever random time because I know a text doesn't really interrupt somebody's day or activity or whatever they're doing. You can pop in and out of a text message real quickly. But we tend to rely on it too much to make sure that we are getting whatever impression or message across to somebody that we desire to have this connection with, I guess is the way to say. But what happens so often is that people don't get an inflectuation in your tone. They don't see the smile on your face. They don't get to really know what your actual intentions were. So a lot of misunderstandings often come because people will just text message. And so I love it when I'm having a moment with somebody where we're kind of getting a little frustrated or annoyed or confused in our texting. And then when they just pick up the phone and call, I really appreciate that. Doesn't always mean I'll be in the mood to answer, but I do appreciate when they're like, hey, hold on, time out. This isn't working. Let's get off this cuckoo train of miscommunication and let's regroup. So be the person who does take the initiative and be the one that is saying, hey, hold on, this communication style is not working for us. What else can we do? Maybe we need to get together in person. Maybe we need to just have a face-to-face conversation. Maybe we need a video chat versus a phone chat. Whatever it is, you have to step it up. You have to say, I want more. I'm showing up for more and I'm going to achieve more. But then you also have to say, okay, I'm willing to let the other person grow in the process too. Now we have to remember that everybody comes from their own history of relationships, brokenhearted, insecurities, letdowns. It's hard to be vulnerable again. So communication allows you to be vulnerable and allows you to start showing up. But in the flip side of it all, it also allows you to be open to the other person being vulnerable and showing up, maybe not fully ready for all that you have to offer, but curious. And so with communication, it's very important to be clear as to what the expectations are. I had somebody recently, we met, we were just chatting, it was a random opportunity to talk, and then they wanted to get together again, and they invited me over to their rooftop of their apartment complex. And I was like, oh, I'm not ready to come to your home. And they're like, I'm only asking you to the rooftop where there's a cool area to sit and hang out. And they seemed to be offended that I thought that the rooftop would equal the apartment eventually. But yet there was a moment where I'm like, of course, I'm still going to your building. So you have to really understand that if you are asking somebody for something a little unique, like, hey, you want to come and hang out my rooftop, you actually need to clarify, I'm only inviting you to the rooftop. I'll bring some drinks. We can meet up there. It'll be fun, but don't worry, I'm not inviting you back to my place. That could have had a completely different outcome because the communication had been much more for success than being a level of frustration or disappointment because the ball got dropped, of, feeling the pressure from one and the other one's really kind of coming across as a little bit lazy. Like, okay, you want me to come over, but I've never hung out with you, and you want me to come to your building. No, let's meet somewhere in the middle. And that would have been much better for that sense of success, because we want to prepare the other person where they are comfortable, where they are familiar, where they could leave if they don't decide to continue the dialogue, or where they can stick around if they want to. So part of building up that strategy for success is to really genuinely think where the other person's coming from, communicating it, and being very present in the process. Because too often, all it takes is that one little miscommunication, and suddenly you're a little frustrated and you're wondering why the other person doesn't want to come over, but you didn't really clarify what that means to you, or what the expectations are going to be. So take the time to really clarify, ask the questions, and whenever it doesn't feel like it's flowing, just pick up the phone and dial and answer the phone. I'm not always the best at that, so I understand it's hard to put yourself in that position where sometimes you're frustrated and you don't really want to talk about it, but in order to be successful, talking's going to help. So think about the things that you are looking for in a relationship, and notice that these are details that will be coming forward right from the beginning. So if you are looking for somebody that is wanting more of a relationship, then you're going to notice that they're going to put more effort into courtship and getting to know you before intimacy gets too involved. But if they're just looking for a hookup, they're going to ask for different things, and that is going to create a different level of engagement. So when you are looking at building those steps for success, it's all about moving you forward in a direction that feels good, you feel heard, you feel respected, but also you feel like you want to reciprocate that to your new potential partner. So let's have fun thinking about the different ways that you can become more successful with dating. I'm Jacqueline with Discover Love Matches, and I'm totally here to support you every step of the way. So I'm curious what you feel are the things that have made you more comfortable to be able to go out with somebody and more open to the process. Go ahead and comment below, like the video, subscribe to us so that we can keep this conversation going, as I always have new topics, new ideas, and new things that I have seen come up in my business that I feel you should know about. So have a great day and let me know what you think.